There, my name's Anita Strang, and today I'm going to show you how to make a book using PowerPoint. This could be used as a book that kids look at on the computer and read, or it could be a book that you print up and just use as a big book within your classroom. So the first step, of course, is to get to PowerPoint. So if you go on your Start menu and look in your programs, you should be able to find it with all the other Microsoft Office programs. Here we are, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint. Once you launch PowerPoint, you're going to want to bring your pictures into PowerPoint. So to get to your pictures, you need to insert them. So up here we have the Insert menu. Click that and you open up the ribbon that helps you to insert things into your file. So the insert I'm going to use today is Photo Album. That's a quick and easy way of getting a set of photos into your PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to go to a file on my computer to get the pictures. Click there. And I've made a shortcut to my file on my desktop to make it quick and easy for me to find. There we go, desktop. Shortcut to pictures. And the book I'm going to make today is about play. So let's see if I can find it. There it is. Play. So the first thing I want to do is I want to collect up all the pictures from the file to put in my PowerPoint book. So I'm clicking in the white space right at the corner here, and then I'm going to drag across all the pictures, and that selects them all. And down at the bottom now I have this insert button, and see, they're all going to be inserted into this PowerPoint. Then I need to decide what I want the pictures to look like on each PowerPoint slide. Right now, by default, they're just going to cover the entire slide. But I wanted to add captions to my picture, so I'm going to change that. So I can click on the little down arrow and take a look at what my options are. I really want one picture with a title, because my idea is to have one picture with a caption. Click. I also have some options here under frame shape. Right now it's just a plain old rectangle, but I could make it a rounded rectangle, or have a little bit of a frame. What I really want to try is the soft edge, I should say, rectangle. See what that looks like. Then I'm going to click Create. That's what the soft edge looked like. See how it kind of fades away? Now over here I can navigate between each of the pages, and I'm in edit mode in PowerPoint right now. This is where I can make changes. So I'm going to go to my first page, and if I click on Photo Album and then highlight the text, I can change it. So this book is about play, so I'm going to just call it Play by Anita Strang. Now I could add a background so it's not completely white like this. That would be under my Design tab up here. And there's many different options in PowerPoint. In 2007, if I hover over the option, it shows me what that's going to look like. So I can make it many different styles. Well, I kind of like that one, so let's go with that. And now all my slides have that. So my second page, by default, this is giving me a title at the top, and I really want it to be a caption, and I really want it at the bottom. So I'm going to click in that slide, and right now it's not going to allow me to move it, but if I go up to the corner here and right click and left click and hold, I can drag this caption box around. So I'm going to drag it to the bottom because that's where I want my words, and I'm going to drag the picture up. There may be an easier way to do that, so somebody should reply to this blog post and tell me the easier way if you know the easier way. So in this one, these kids are playing with art materials. Let's write that. Kids play with art materials. Next page, same deal. I want to click, go up to the edge, click and hold. That's a left click and hold. Drag it down to the bottom. Drag my picture out of the way here and put it up wherever I want it. Click to add title, but this is going to be a caption. Kids like to play with blocks. Next page. And click, drag. I promise I won't make this entire slideshow before your very eyes. But a few examples. Here we go. Kids like to play in the mud. There we go. And then I could add captions to each of my slides in my slideshow just by clicking on each one and doing just as we've done. I will finish that up later. But one thing that's good to know about is this is, as I said before, edit mode. PowerPoint can be shown as a show, and it can fill your screen by going up to the slideshow tab. Click on that, and over here is an option to start from the beginning of your slideshow. So if I click that, it makes my slideshow full screen, and then when I click on any page, it'll switch to the next page. There are ways to record what is written on the page so that it becomes a book that reads to the kids, but that'll have to be another tutorial. Now, if at any point I want to get out of this slideshow mode, if I get to the very end, it'll automatically leave slideshow mode, but in the middle, if I want to get out of it, the top left-hand corner of my keyboard is the escape button, which is ESC escape. The other option is anytime I can right-click on within the show, and then I can do a number of things. I can go backwards in my slideshow. I can go to certain slides, various things. I can actually write on my slides with those pens, but down at the bottom it says end show, and that brings me back to edit mode on the page I left off on. So there we go. The next thing you can do with your slideshow is I could turn it into a printed book. So to get to print, I need to go up to this Windows button at the corner here, click down to print. Click on the printer. It says print what? It says slides. Slides is what I want because that will print each slide on one whole page. If I wanted to, I could switch to this handouts page, and right now if you see over here this came to life, it's going to do 6 slides per page. Then I could print it out like this, and then it would make a cute little book that kids might want to take home with them. And I have options for how many slides I can put on a page, and that will, I think that will affect how big they are to a certain extent. But what I really want today is I want to use it, do the whole slide. If I'm not sure what that's going to look like, that's what this preview button is for. So when I preview it, see, this is going to show me that it's going to be on each page. And the cool thing here is it's taken out the background I put on it, because that background is not going to print well. Also, if you notice, I'm in black and white. So let's just close the print preview. I do have the option to print in color. We have to go back to print, Windows button, print. But right now I have it printing in grayscale, which I use that quite often because I want to save on the ink, but I could have switched it over to color. Actually, this is a black and white printer up here, so it's only going to give me options for, that's why it went to grayscale first. But if I pick this printer, which is a color printer, it would show me colors. So now if I preview it, you're going to see that it is actually has its background even, and it is going to print in color. Close. So if you print this up, then you're going to have a big book that you could use in your classroom. So that's 2 ways you can use this. You can use it, put it into slideshow mode and let kids click through it to read it on your computer. Or you could print it up and use it as a big book within your classroom. So today's tutorial was on making a book using PowerPoint. Thanks for watching. Bye.